What's up, everybody? Welcome back in for another Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles unboxing. This is another Mutant Mayhem action figure. This is Michelangelo, the Entertainer, as it says down here at the bottom of the box. I really love the kind of sketch comic book art style that we've got going on here with these turtles. I did enjoy the Mutant Mayhem movie. It was a totally different twist on the turtles than what at least I grew up with. I did grow up as a kid in the 80s. I was born in 1982 myself. So this is a different take on the turtles, and I got to tell you, I liked it. I enjoyed it. It was fun. We had some fun characters in it, some recreations of some old characters. So I thought this would be a fun line to pick up. Michelangelo is my second turtle that I've unboxed in this set. The first one that we got our hands on and pulled out of the box was Donatello. I'm not going to spoil that review or unboxing for you. You'll have to head over there and check that video out. All I'm going to tell you is it did turn out a little bit different than what I originally anticipated. But we're going to go ahead and tear into Michelangelo here. And let's just get a better, closer look at his box. First of all, it looks like he's got a nice looking smile on there. It comes with two pair of chucks. He also seems to have the weapon stand with the sprue on it and a baby turtle. As we turn this bad boy around to the back, we got Leonardo, Raphael, Donatello, Michelangelo, Splinter, Rocksteady, Bebop, Superfly, and Leatherhead. And these are pretty much the only ones that I'm going to collect out of this set. I'm not going to go all in on the Mutant Mayhem series. The only other one that I did pick up, they didn't bring him out until the Mix and Matchums, and that is the Metalhead. He is probably my favorite out of the turtles. I know everybody likes Leo, Raph, Donnie, or Mikey. So I'm going to be a little different, and I'm going to go in and say I kind of like Metalhead. He's always been my favorite to play with when I was a child. When that action figure came out, that Metalhead action figure, I really enjoyed it. So I'm gonna say maybe he's my favorite. So I'm gonna pick him up in this line as well. Or actually, I already have him in this line, but he's gonna be the only one other than these core characters. It says Michelangelo, Mikey's the comedian. Too bad his brothers don't think he's that funny. He might not be the best at ninjutsu or waking up on time or even hygiene, but you can always count on Mikey's positive attitude. Weapons, nunchuck, dream to be a stand-up comedian. So even his little backstory, you can tell here, has changed because I've read other ones that said Michelangelo's the most athletic. So just different things going on here. But again, really cool looking figure inside of the box. We're going to go ahead and get him pulled out of the box, dive down close, take a closer look, and give you my first impressions. Once we get our hands on him, then we'll go over that articulation and talk about some other stuff. So now we're up close and personal. We got Mikey pulled out of the box, and the first thing that we'll go over is his weapon rack sprue. And as you can see, this one's kind of busted already. You just wiggle these back and forth, and this will pull off. He does have kind of like a sickle type nunchuck whip thing going on here, a double microphone nunchuck, so that's pretty cool. A small slice of pizza. It looks like we've got a broken can of ooze with him, and then two ninja stars. Pretty crude looking ninja stars, if I do say so myself, but we got two ninja stars, and I do like the unique microphones that we have here made into nunchucks. Pretty cool. Sorry if that's blurring up on you guys. I'm not exactly sure why it's not focusing in on this thing, but you get the point there. Let's focus back up on Mikey. He did come with two sets of, or one pair, two of these nunchuck, and as you can see, they are sculpted to look like metal, but these are very stiff. They do not move. They don't swing around. They're very rigid. They're going to hold their shape, and you may like that, you may not like that. That's going to be totally up to you and how you want to position your Michelangelo and how you want to set him up with these weapons. We'll try a couple different things during the video, and I'll let you know what my favorite way to set him up is. And also, he comes with a little version of a turtle or a baby turtle, and we saw one of these with Donatello as well. That was the same color or skin tone as Donatello. This one matches Michelangelo. That is another thing that I do like about these turtles, is that they do come in different shades of green. They are not all the exact same shade of green. Now let's go ahead and go over his articulation a little bit here. Let's see if we can get a nice clear shot of him. So he can look to the left. He can look to the right. As far as up, that's about as up as he can look. He can look down a little bit. Not a whole lot, but he's got a little bit of movement in there. His arms can go all the way up. They do spin all the way around. And he does have a single joint at the elbow. His wrist will spin all the way around, but it does not flex up and down. We don't have any waist movement or diaphragm cuts here with this Michelangelo, and we didn't with Donatello either. His legs are not really wanting to go out to the sides. The hinges are on the front. As you can see here, you can actually see the little hinge. You can kind of turn the leg and manipulate it to go out to the side, so he can go out in a split. You just have to rotate the legs. And it's going to look something like that. Then you can rotate the legs back forward. We do have about a 90-degree bend at the knee. And then the foot will swivel all the way around if you want it to, but it does not go up and down. Pretty zoomed in on this guy. I feel like we got a pretty good look at him. He's got some pinned joints here. So far, I'm a little happier with this Michelangelo than I was with the Donatello, but again, I don't want to spoil that review. You guys are going to have to go check that out. As we turn him around, you can see he does have weapon storage on his back for all 4 of those nunchucks, so let's go ahead and just grab one of those and see how tight it fits into here and what might be the best way to do this. So those very pliable, and it looks like we're going to skip one. We're going to go every other because of how hard the chain is on the nunchucks. It's definitely harder than what these little clasps are. So this is not going to bend together enough to get the handles in side by side. You're going to have to overlap them, and possibly it could. Did I drop his other nunchuck? I may have dropped his other nunchuck. Give me just a minute. Found it. So here's his other nunchuck, and maybe you want to put these one. I mean, you could put them all upside down. You could put them however you want to put them. But I was just thinking, due to how the chains are hanging, maybe it would look more natural if you slid them in there upside down, because it makes sense then that the chains are hanging. They're not just going to be floating up into the sky the way we saw them. So maybe something like that when you got them stored on his storage belt. Again, all in all, so far I'm much happier with this figure. He seems to be a little better as far as his put togetherness goes. Let's go ahead and try to put one of these chucks in his hand. Oopsie. See what happens with that. All right, so the hands do come off the peg. This is something that I noticed in my last unboxing of the other figure. Their hands do come off the pegs. That is something that you should expect to happen. So he can hold the nunchuck very well right there. I would reckon that he can definitely get both hands on there. Yeah, so he can hold the nunchuck with 2 hands if you want to pose him like that. And this one honestly is restoring my faith in this line. So if you aren't too aware and you haven't picked up on the subtle hints, or not so subtle hints, I guess you could say, I wasn't the biggest fan of the Donatello figure. I'm not going to tell you exactly why, but he just left a little something for me to be desired. As far as this Michelangelo goes, though, he has re-raised the bar. I definitely like this figure. I like the little turtle that he comes with. So I'm happy to get him to be part of the set. Let me know what you guys think of these Mutant Mayhem turtles down in the comments. Have you seen the movie? If you saw the movie, what was your kind of impression of the movie? Did you like it, or were you kind of not feeling the changes that they made? All in all, like I said, I did enjoy the movie, so that's what led me to pick these fellas up. So go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. We got all kinds of stuff to unbox. We do everything from He-Man to Masters of the Universe, DC, all sorts of different DC. We got some G.I. Joes. We got just all kinds of unboxing action figures, NECA stuff coming to the channel. So be sure to stay subscribed and up to date on all of the new things. Hit that bell, turn your notifications on. You don't want to miss out on the next review. Take it easy. Again, have a blessed day, and I'll see you next time.